Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praises to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray that the Most High blesses this lesson this evening and gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of things that are soon to come on the earth. Rather than if I'm doing more research and looking at more videos, getting more understanding. I wanted to bring this video to you because you can see a pattern in what has happened to our people. So many videos and so much information they will give us and put out as long as they think that they have control of the picture, control of the information, control of the fact that of who is who, and that they're always the good guys. They're always, the ancient Celts, the ancient British, they're the ancient Spanish, they're the ancient Americans, they are the ancient Egyptians. As long as they're able to, push that narrative and no one questions them, there's no problem. But that was a beautiful way that the Most High made them keep our documentation, our information. And then when we would awaken, we would realize that we are the people that they are trying to be. See, we don't learn this stuff to make them see it. We aren't learning this stuff so that they can accept it. The Most High has just given us the knowledge and understanding to understand what's ours and what He's doing to work to actually restore us as a people. Check this out right here and look at how it just follows a pattern about what they've done to our people, done to our records, because they do it all over the place. But now you're going to see it happening even over in the islands, over in Britain, right here. We thought it was mainly over here in America, but this is, like I said, it's worldwide, and they talk about it all the time. Check this out. Make sure it's nice and loud, yes.
But in late 209 AD, Severus was very far away from this Mediterranean good life. He was at the head of an army 40,000 strong, approaching the Scottish Highlands. In this windswept backwater, there were no cities, not even a paved street. The North Britons were scattered across their land in small, independent communities.
The minute you drive a new car off the lot, you start losing money. But what if you could save money instead? At Echo Park, you can. Shop used cars that look like new.
To the Romans, this was a country of barbarians.
In North Britain, the sky is obscured by perpetual rain. The cold is severe, but the barbarians there are strangers to clothing. They are extremely savage and fond of plunder.
"2,000 years ago, the people here had no written language, so there are no surviving British chronicles to contradict what the Romans wrote."
So again, the people that supposedly don't have a language, so therefore the Romans can go ahead and make up whatever history that they want. They can, his story. They can give his story. Does that not sound like what they did when they got over here to the Americas? Oh, they were a bunch of barbarians running around naked. They didn't have anything written. So we're going to tell you what happened, and you can just take our word for it. Exactly the same thing. But it's happened in Britain as well.
But the truth is being unearthed. At Burney on the Moray Firth, there is a remarkable archaeological record of Scotland's lost civilization. This is no isolated backwater. These are no barbarians, except in Roman eyes. We've got evidence of some 20 or so houses here. The dark spread you're looking at, set into the sand, the natural sand, is the curve of a roundhouse. You can see the line of the wall coming around, defined by these black spreads. The walls here are made of turf. The roof is also clearly made of turf. So you've got to imagine these massive green mounds or green cones, which you'd see on this kind of scale for a considerable distance.
The North British settlements were not acknowledged by the Romans marching through here. The Britons' tuft homes were not even recognized as houses.
The British have no houses, nor walls, and they eat only wild game and certain fruits. The forests are their cities. And as Severus marched through North Britain, he fought no battle. Not even did he see his enemy in battle array.
What is that? An animal? This is a carnix, a 2,000-year-old Scottish trumpet. The remains of one were found in a peat bog.
When I stand next to it.
So we're gonna check out how sophisticated this here is right here. Okay. Now the thing is it's just following the same pattern of them hiding, the sophistication of the people that they're coming into contact with. It's easy to make it seem as if they were just barbarians that you were killing. But when you realize that these are very sophisticated people, and the thing is that the Most High, at that time, we had messed up. We weren't following the ways of the Most High, and He's the one to say He's going to bring these other nations against us. So these other nations should have understood that, the Most High is blessing you and giving His people into your hands for a time. But they wanted to make it seem as if they were just so much more advanced. The Romans, all of the, these so-called Indo-Europeans wanted to make it seem as if they were so much more advanced, and that's how they were able to take our people down. But that wasn't the case. It was because the Most High had ordained it. But they didn't want to give the Most High the credit like usual. So they wanted to take it for themselves. Check this part out right here.
It's happening now, this very moment. I'm shivering at the thought of actually touching what somebody did 2,000 years ago. What these people have done is to construct a musical instrument which is more sophisticated than anything that the Roman culture produced in this family.
More sophisticated than anything in the Romans had produced. Again, a society that was way more advanced. Was producing things thousands of years before. But all of this information has been hidden.
Well, this is without question. The Romans never produced anything as complex as this. This is as close a reconstruction of the original artifact as we can possibly manage. Here now you can see a tongue actually inside the throat, and in here a soft palate which is ridged, and it's ridged because the roof of the mouth of any ruminant animal is also ridged. In fact, our mouths are ridged. We have that vestigial characteristic still there. And in here, there's a brain pan. A trumpet or a trombone is a megaphone. It does that. It projects sound forward. But your head, my head, an animal head, is a resonating chamber, and the sound comes out all around. This is a very powerful instrument. You can play it very, very, very loud. But not all the sound shoots forward. It goes forward, backward, down, up, all around. Now, no other wind instrument does that.
This is no land of bogs, swamps, and barbarians. These are sophisticated, intelligent people who are very much adapted to the landscape. We're able to construct complex houses. We're able to conduct a whole range of craft activities. The Roman picture is a highly biased one.
The Romans had strong motives to dismiss the culture of their enemies and to call the North British barbarians. It was making it less troubling to slaughter them.
These are hairy savages who don't have cities, who don't have central heating. They are grist to the mill of the Roman military machine. They exist to be slaughtered, thereby winning glory for the general who performs the slaughter. You don't get an omelette without breaking eggs. You don't become a glorious Roman emperor without slaughtering a few barbarians. That is taken for granted.
The killing of the British wouldn't be indiscriminate. In the Roman Empire, the hunt for glory was brutal, but there were rules.
Yeah, there were supposed to be rules, but these rules, the Most High had given everybody the rules of how to treat each other, especially even during slavery, things like that. Just like you go back to the book of Enoch and the 70 shepherds. What did he give them? Rules. I'm going to give you my people for a time, but you're only going to kill the ones that I say kill. But they went ahead and destroyed all the ones that they wanted to kill. That's why the Most High sent the angels to watch them and to keep count. Because there's certain ones that the Most High said to kill, and there's going to be other ones that they killed on their own that are now going to be on their own heads. So this is that 70 shepherds playing out down here to the fullest. And now that we've come to the end, the Most High is bringing that knowledge and understanding back to us. The 70 shepherds of the book of Enoch. And you can see how they killed way more than they were supposed to. They killed way more because they made them seem as if they were barbarians and that they were made to be slaughtered in order for them to fulfill their desires of destroying our people. But that time, like I said, is now coming to an end. And now we'll be able to see that the same playbook has been used over and over and over again all over the world, because our people were all over the world. So now it makes sense as to why these people went all over the world destroying people, because we were all over the place. We weren't just in one central area. We were all over the place. We were running things all over the world for a time. So our takedown was going to be a worldwide takedown, which now makes sense as to why the takedown that's coming now for the rest of the world is going to be a whole world takedown. So the time of the Indo-Europeans being able to make up, the story, his story, and just put us all as, he said, as these barbarians, which is what they do today. They still do the exact same things today here in America. Our people seem to have no worth. They should be able to kill us, and it's always, they're never guilty. It's never their fault. Same playbook. Hence, then you should understand who are the Most High's chosen people. Then you go into the scriptures and it talks about how no man says deliver. No one says restore. Because that all goes back to the 70 shepherd story. But like I said, the earth was going to pretty much bring out the truth. Then that's what you're seeing now with all these excavations. They're realizing these people they call barbarians and everything else were actually very sophisticated people. So biblical prophecy is being fulfilled right now. Be on the lookout for another video on Patreon later on today. And here we go with even more information, family. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is Holy Spirit. Acknowledge Yahushai. Shalom.